Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Viewers, we are now being joined by Mr. Mosi Denoon, who is the head of the aquatics at YMCA in Tobago. Good morning and welcome to you, Mosi. How are you doing?
Good morning. Thank you very much. I'm fine. I'm good.
Now, Mosi has been doing quite a lot in the field of swimming. In case you don't know, Mosi is one of our he's still pretty young. Still pretty young, but has been having quite a lot of success where swimming is concerned. And I'm going to first talk about one of those successes, which is having 16 out of 18 of our secondary school students being able to medal at the recently held secondary swim meet in Trinidad.
So we had the secondary school swim meet that you said was held in Trinidad recently. We carried 3 schools down, which is Scarborough Secondary School, Signal Hill Secondary School, and Bishop's High School. Bishop's High School won the top co-ed school overall in Trinidad and Tobago. And Bishops won the top school in Tobago as well. And the swimmers did fantastic. You know, they came back with 7 trophies overall and 16
medals. Yes.
So,
and this is out of, let me tell you something. So first of all, 16 of the delegation of 18 won medals, right? So there's only 2 came back without medals. But there was also, out of how many total participants countrywide?
Well, in total, there were 500 participants overall, but it's not 16 that made medals. In total, it was about 7. Well, 7 of them made the majority of the bulk of the medals. And most of them, it was their first time. A lot of the athletes who were there came through our Learn to Swim program at the YMCA. And this was like their first time. This was like their debut swimming. So they had the nerves and everything going. But a lot of people from Trinidad, they were very surprised because most of the heats, Tobago was always come first. So every time a heat went off, you would hear like Signal Hill came first, or an next heat went off, Bishops come first, or an next heat, Scarborough second, you know. So it was very good. It's good exposure for them. It was very good for Tobago as well. Like they did phenomenal, you know.
And what does this mean for us as we look forward to our future? And I'm talking about Pan Am, I'm talking about Carifta, Olympics, all of these things.
Well, thus far, I mean, it's looking good. You know, the future is good thus far. Once you could keep them going, keep them at the sport. And also, I mean, like I want to touch into the Learn to Swim program that we have at the YMCA, where this is where the foundation of where it starts from. You know, it takes a lot of determination. These children, like you might see, they going out there and they are winning medals, but you know, you don't see the background when they get up at 5 a.m. Because even just this morning before this interview, we had like about 25 of them in the water at 5 a.m. to 6:30, getting their training done before they go to school. And then when they finish school, they're back at the pool at 4:30 to get their training done. And it's that kind of determination and mindset is what get them to where they are, you know? So I would say the future is in good hands.
I know, and it's very exciting when you get to hear about it. And I mean, it just makes sense. We live in Tobago, we are surrounded by water, we should have some of the best swimmers in the world.
That is correct. I agree with that. And you know, to touch on that as well, I want to let you guys know about the life-saving program because, you know, like you said, you know, being in an island surrounded by water, we have a lot of parents who have that fear. And at the YMCA, we actually have a life-saving 1, 2, and 3 course that we are running from November the 25th to the 10th. So people could come into the YMCA and sign up for that course where we teach basic life-saving skills, you know, because you don't want anybody to be in that situation where you are faced with that kind of, I don't want to say struggle, but, you know, faced with that kind of...
In other words, you're better prepared to handle yourself.
That is very correct, you know. So we want to, at the YMCA, we want to offer that service where it's not just about teaching students, but about teaching of how to save lives as well. So that's one of our programs, inclusive of our Learn to Swim, because you know the Learn to Swim program, the base of that Learn to Swim is to make sure that if a parent, you know, turns their back and your child jumps in the water, at least, you know, you won't have that instant feel like, oh my gosh, what is going to happen, you know? That's where at our Learn to Swim program, we try and teach that. So, that's like the start of it. And then, we get them onto the swim team, and then we go to nationals, we go to Pan Am, we go to Olympics, You get the children to swim outside of Trinidad and Tobago so that they can get exposure, because swimming is not just in Trinidad and Tobago. We go to Barbados, we go to St. Lucia, but all that is at the swim team. That's the end of the Learn to Swim program. So we're trying to get as much people involved into our Learn to Swim program as we can.
Yes, I mean, so far with our country, I think we've got some bronze in swimming with Dylan Carter and so on for the Olympics. But maybe that could be a Tobagonian pretty soon.
Could be.
This is one of the men that's behind it.
Yes.
So, we're looking forward for you to be elevated to that soon.
Yes.
As we see the students come in now. You said that for the Learn to Swim program, that's opening pretty soon. When is that opening? And how people can get involved, and at what age? How young?
Our Learn to Swim program starts at 4. So from age 4 to 17, we have the Learn to Swim program. So that cycle is actually running right now. The next cycle begins at the 8th of January. So people could come in and they can sign up for the Learn to Swim program. It's $300 a month, or you could pay $800 for the entire cycle. It's a 3-month cycle, and that's where you start off. The cycle has 3 different levels. When you reach the end of the 3rd level, then you're onto the swim team, and that's where the hard drive and work begins.
Fun and hard, yes. As well as the life-saving program, how can people get involved with that? Like, when does that start?
So the life-saving program starts on the 25th of November. You could come into the YMCA and sign up one of the forms. If not, you can call us at 631-0070. You could call. We have a very talented front desk staff, so she will be able to guide you accordingly. That course is $600 for the life-saving 1, 2, and 3. So all 3 of them, it's $600 in total for the life-saving course. And we also have CPR as part of the course as well for an additional $500. And it's a 3-week program. So it starts on the 25th of November and it ends around the 10th of December.
And the YMCA pool, that you don't just teach children to swim, you also teach adults. What are the programs that are in place right now or coming up pretty soon for adults to be able to, finally learn to swim? Because, we have quite a lot of people in Tobago, too much, that don't know how to swim.
So with regards to the adults, and you are very correct, there are a lot of people who actually say that they do not know how to swim, and I also talk to a lot of the adults and tell them it's not something to fear. Or
It's
do
not
not
something
be
to fear,
ashamed.
it's very easy.
We have adult Learn to Swim programs. That's on Monday and Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. And that is also $300 a month. So 6 to 7 p.m. So it's outside of the work hours. We try our best to get away from all excuses like, I can't make it. So we have you settled. We have you down. Mondays and Wednesdays, 6 to 7 p.m. And that program is running all now. So you just come down to the pool, sign up. You have a discussion of where you're at. There are people who are completely afraid to even go into the water. We have a class for that. We have people who are in between who aren't afraid of the water but just trying to learn how to swim to survive. We have that class. And we have some who may want to still have aspirations to make a national team, because there is the master's program for adults that you can still swim and make a national team. It's never don't ever set your goals short. That can still be a goal. If you're a swimmer and you want to make a national team, that's a goal that we can help you achieve.
And I want to spend a lot of time just talking about, getting people to learn how to swim and how important that is. And, especially with the fear that people sometimes have, or even to even come forward for a class. Thinking that people might be mocking them and all of that, about the fear of being judged because they don't know how to swim.
So a lot of people, they would have that same fear that you just spoke about. And there's 2 options that you can go, which is the Adult Learn to Swim program, where we had a group, and the thing about it is that most people in that group have the same embarrassment level, they have the same fear. So it's like a group of, we're like a merry band together. They converse, and it's nice sometimes to learn to swim with people that you can converse with and they have fun. But if, there's a point where you may not want that kind of exposure, there's also private classes where you can come to the YMCA and talk to the front desk, and we can try and find a coach who has the time, and you and that coach, you can do a one-on-one session where you can learn to swim privately on your own, because, we try to make it accessible to everybody, make it available to everybody, because I and the YMCA, we really want everybody to know how to swim. You know, like you said, we're living on an island and the beaches is, you know?
All around us. All right, so we're nearing to the end of the interview, but before we go, I just wanted to give the public just the numbers and once again how they can get connected with you so that they can learn to swim, whether you be 4 years old or 90-something years old.
That's correct. So the numbers for the YMCA is 631-0070, and you can either call the number or just come directly to the YMCA and talk to the front desk, and they will have all the information for you. How much more time do we have?
About like 1 more minute or 2 more minutes. Okay.
2 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to quickly touch on, we have a fundraiser that is happening, which is the Parang Under the Stars, and it's on the 3rd of December, from 4 p.m. You know, and it's one of the fundraisers we are trying to do to keep the pool up and running so that we can provide this service to everyone. So we're hoping that everybody can come out and support.
And what can we expect at this Parang Under the Stars?
Well, it is Parang. We're trying to get Parang, trying to get a little bit of pan. We would have the DJ. We have complimentary hops and ham because it's Christmas season.
Certainly.
And that costs $100. So everything is just a fundraiser. We're trying our best to just keep that pool and keep the momentum of the swimmers and their energy up and running.
All right. And folks, I mean, I want to encourage you all to come out and support this because we got to keep that dream of us Tobagonians having a swimmer in the Olympics. Hello, it's going to happen. So we need to make sure that we can contribute to it happening. So I want to thank you so much, Mosi, for being on with us and for sharing what's going on and all the achievements that are happening at the YMCA pool here in Tobago in Black Rock.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, viewers, I want to thank you again for being here with us. But before we go, there's a special birthday today. So I want to say a happy birthday to Ms. Janelle Winchester J. Soul, one of our very own. So I hope you have a very wonderful day and have lots of blessings and everything. So, and we will see you again tomorrow. And of course, you know, J Soul, she hosts the Brunch Mid-Morning Show. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to check it out. So I'm pretty sure that there's something for everyone in that show as well. And of course, J Soul is such a wonderful host for it. So happy birthday again to her. And viewers, have a safe and wonderful day. And we'll see you again tomorrow.
Passion start to rise.